Hi, I'm Chris. We're going to install a Crosswing using the T-slot configuration of the stock mounting kit.
How about Henry here?
When you get your stock kit, you're going to have some clamp plates. You will not need to use the clamp plates for the T-slot configuration. So this is the hardware you'll want. You're going to have your Talon brackets, 14 nuts, and then grab 4 sets of screws. We've got a number 6 Allen key and a number 5 Allen key. That should be all the tools you need. So the first step is going to be putting your T-nuts on, or your square nuts. Grab these shorter bolts, put them in through the top. Just get them just started on there. You're going to want to leave them loose so that you can slot them into your rack. 2 on each Talon bracket. Next step, you'll install the top M8 bolt. Just get it started on the threads. You don't have to tighten it down too much, but it will be a snug fit that's intentional so that they stay in place.
Oh, you're gonna give it to us, come on. Oh, baby.
What you see here are our Talon mounts with the shorter of the M8 bolts lightly threaded onto the square nuts. We're going to use these to slot into the T-slot channels on Chris's platform rack. And then you can see that Chris, as mentioned earlier, has already gone and attached the M8 nuts that are 40 millimeters long to the Talon brackets. And these are lightly threaded in, they're not fully tightened down. We'll do that once the awning's been installed on the rack. So we're up on top of Chris's truck now. You can see we have this platform rack. This is just from a big box brand. And what you can see about this rack is it has T-slots. Most big box brands out there nowadays are doing that. Lucky for us, our included square nuts work great in this channel. We are going to take this and we're going to put it on the front one and we're going to put it on the back one. If you remember, we already put these square nuts on the base portion of the Talon mount. And so this is going to be super simple. You just find the opening on your rack. Most of them have this. And you're just going to slot one in and then you're going to get it right there to where it lines up and drop the next one in. We're going to slide it out to its furthest most portion. And we may adjust that once it's actually mounted just based on preference, but we're going to go out and do the exact same thing on this one right here. And you can see that I'm just dropping it in to that slotted out section, sliding it, and then the next one, if I line it up correctly, we'll just drop right in and we're going to slide that back out to the furthest most portion. Now, with both those positioned, we're going to take that and just do a quick finger tighten down of all this hardware. Saw Chris's hand maybe sneak in there, he's getting eager. So we're going to do that on both of these mounts, and then we're going to come in with our Crosswing, which we've already put the other portion of our Talon mounts on, the back hub, and we're going to slot this, drop the Crosswing onto the Talon mounts and these bolts that we've already threaded in.
All right, as you can see, we have already put the angle adjustment brackets into the back of the awning. It slots in very similar to how we put on the Talon brackets. Those instructions are included in the awning. And then the other key thing is to measure the spacing between those Talon brackets and get that spacing just right, which I think we've done, but we'll see when we try to mount it up.
All right. So bird poop on this? So we have our 7-foot charcoal awning here. We're gonna mount it up on Chris's rack that we just finished installing the Talon mounts on. With that going and resting in place, we can now slowly let it drop into position. So this is now like a resting position for mounting. It allows you to drop your hands away, go and get the rest of your hardware. I'm going to go and line that up until I get the bolt in place. All right, and I got that in place and I got it finger tight, and we'll go and do the same now on the other one. And then once both those are installed, looks like Chris is doing that for me. Thank you, Chris. Once we get those finger tight, we're gonna take our Allen key and crank both those down, as well as the top one. This is a really important step. What you want to ensure is that this lower portion of our Talon mount pinches the piece that slots in place. That puts a lot of the force and friction on the metal instead of solely being reliant on the bolts. What they don't tell you is when you're tightening bolts, it's really all in the legs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Whatcha?
We're done with the install. We'll do one final test. Unlock the awning, undo your snaps, grab it, and pull it out.
Till next time. You gotta look both ways. Safety first, guys.
What'd you forget?
What?
What'd you forget?
He works here.
Oh, you work here?
I think so. They've been paying me, right?
What you doing there, Henry?
Just tightening some bolts. Having a good old time. Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Golly gee.
Willigers.
Tag nav it. Holy cowbunga, I think we did it.
Son of a gun.
Well, I do declare, I think we...
Tighten that guy.